Finally, the question about Indigenous people and the caring for country, we can do a whole lot worse than have that as a universal philosophy, folks. I think the one I'm much more familiar with is the Pachamama philosophy from Bolivia, the view of caring for Mother Earth. One of the things that came out of the Pachamama conference was the proposal for a World Declaration of the Rights of Mother Earth. They've actually had that now, got it through the UN. It's not binding. Now, I will tell you that the reason they worded it the way they did was because the UN has charters of rights. If you read it, it's actually a charter of responsibilities. Because it reads as the rights of Mother Earth, but its content is the responsibilities of humanity. And the people who wrote it knew that. They were writing it deliberately so that it could fit the UN framework. And there is an international campaign on to get this adopted as equivalent to some of the other UN declarations. There's a good short book that's been put out by the Council of Canadians, which is doing good work in this area, that summarizes it, and there's a lot of people talking about it. I think it's a very positive step. It creates a framework for arguing the case for people for whom rights is a very compelling argument for people. I think it is worthwhile looking at. Another thing in that, this one shocked some friends of mine a while ago. The whole Pachamama philosophy that comes out of Bolivia, as a socialist, it's easy, as a Marxist, especially as old-time, really tough materialist Marxists, you know. We grew up in the day when, you mentioned God in our neighborhood, we used to hit you. One of the things we've learned is that religious people have a lot to teach us, whether we're religious ourselves. But beside that, if you actually dig into this philosophy, it is actually quite a deeply materialist and serious vision. It's not a spiritual vision of the world. It's a view of the unity of nature, which is a scientific concept expressed in a different language. And to reject that because it's got a spiritual language associated with it, it's just simply wrong. This is one of those things we can learn from.